Thanks for staying tuned to your station, the Africa Independent Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. Like we do every week, we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. Today is another exciting edition of this program, Security Watch Africa. We'll go every length to bring you that information you require. My name still remains Patrick Abambo. In our review of the security situation for the week, I must say that the country is gradually getting back to sanity. No report of merciless killings or crime, people taking over communities, and nothing being done to protect the lives of Nigerians. We must commend the security agencies for making sure that Nigerians are a bit safer, and we would like to charge them that they should redouble their effort to ensure that no life is lost again. Nobody comes to take the life that he or she cannot replace. So we must commend the security agencies and charge them to please, whatever they are doing or they have done that has brought this kind of sanity to our security sector, they should continue to do that. Though we know that the political field still hit up the nation by comments by the political gladiators and the actions of these political gladiators. We want to, like we did about 2 weeks ago, urge them to please remember that Nigerians' life is important. They are important. You must work to protect the lives of Nigerians if you must lead them. Yeah, one thing that happened during the week and attracted so many comments and views by diverse interests, even within Nigeria and outside the country, was the arrest of Samuel Ogundikpe of Premium Times Media that was arrested, and so many people. Some people and some NGOs and civil society group had condemned the arrest and described it as illegal arrest. But Security Watch Africa begged to disagree, because we believe that anybody, whether journalist or whatever field you belong to, can be arrested. But what the security agencies must do is that they should make sure that within 24 hours, he or she must be charged to court. If they have any legitimate reason for that arrest, let the judiciary, let the court determine whether the person will still be held or be released. We should not stampede the security agencies in doing their job. The police came up with reasons why he was arrested, and that investigations have been done. From our findings, a lot of issues are being looked into, but we want to say that the investigation and the prosecution must be done with utmost unbiasedness, and so that the justice can be seen to be done in this case. But it's to say that nobody, whether journalists or whoever you are, should not be arrested. We beg to disagree, because our national security should be considered paramount and important. There was an issue that happened about 2 weeks ago where the preliminary report of by the police on the investigation of the dismissed or removed Deputy Director General of the Department for State Security was made a public item. Such items, such letters are confidential, and for no reason should it be placed in the public domain for everybody to look into. So whoever does that still have some questions to be answered, and that is our view and that's our point. Then secondly, also during the week, the acting president, Professor Oshibajo, came out after some meeting to declare that and to charge the police to reform or transform the SARS, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. In his comment, in his speech, that was statement that was released, he had asked that everything should be made to ensure that the lives of Nigerians are not being harassed, which is very, very important, which is so one of the cardinal human rights principle of Nigeria, which is protected, and the Nigerians must be protected. But we want to look at it from that whatever that is to be done concerning the SARS, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, whether to reform it or to rejig or whatever terminology that is being used. One thing that is important is that the SARS have done a great job in protecting the lives of Nigerians. Yes, there are excesses by some. Those excesses must be looked into, and things that lead to those excesses must also be considered seriously. We know of a fact that the condition of service of this SARS personnel is very, very deplorable. They don't have the necessary tool to do their job. It's not an excuse to harass people, but not every time the SARS personnel stopping somebody for questioning, it becomes harassment. No. We should learn from what is being done in some society. When there are issues of security threats or security challenges or security lockdown, then there must be action that must be taken by security agencies. So I want to say, as a committee has been set up to look at what the SARS is doing, the IG had come out to say change the methodology of the operation and the name to now say they must be centralized. The operation of SARS must be centralized to Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Here again, Security Watch Africa will beg to disagree. We believe that commissioners of police in the state should be those in charge to control and manage this group of persons so that discipline can be taken instantly. We believe that yes, the federal at the first headquarters, there could still be the federal SARS, but states that need to have SARS must be allowed to do it, and well managed and well monitored. This is what we think should be done. Centralizing it in Abuja may create a lot of problems, because there are so many people that may be posted to some states that they do not know much about, and that creates room for the harassment we are talking about. And so we want to employ that those, as the committee sits to look at this, they must be considered a lot of things. Then talking about the decentralization of the police, there are a lot of issues that will be looked into. By next edition of this program, we will look at it holistically, whether it's desirous at this time to decentralize in the way some people have talked about, or there should be some reform. There are reports that has been published about reforming the police. We think that this reformation of the police is very, very paramount and is important. They must be reformed for efficiency and effective service. And part of it is funding them properly, giving them the tools they need to work, and giving them that latitude and the freedom to work. We know that there's still some political influence on the discharge of police all over the Federation. That should be taken away from police so Nigerians can be well and more better protected. Yes, but like I said, next week we'll be looking into it. Then one of the issues that are creating problem again in the country, which we'll notice during the week, I must at this point commend my brother, my friend, a colleague, who is concerned about Nigeria so passionately, talking about Tio Akatuba, a filmmaker, a producer of excellence. He did a report. He did what I could consider a report that is very, very interesting to show what is happening at the Idi-Iroko-Songo, the Benin Republic and the Nigerian border area, Idi-Iroko-Songo routes, how smuggling is thriving with the active connivance of security agencies, particularly the Nigerian Customs Service personnel. Sit back as we bring you this clip.
This is an unbelievable operation. This operation is more than, in fact, $500 million operation. with each vehicle laden with nothing less than 50 bags of rice. And to say these are saloon cars is an unbelievable operation. A group of Nigerians collectively sabotaging their country in active connivance with all the security apparatus on the road. They look helpless, just waving them past and giving them pass cards. Somebody of influence must be behind this operation. And this is not just a one-man operation. This is an operation that is humongous. In fact, what I've seen here tonight or this morning is more than the smuggling of more than 10 containers of rice into Nigeria in one night.
Welcome back. You can see vehicles fully loaded with banned commodities, particularly rice. At this time when Nigerian government and Nigerians desire that smuggling should be reduced or be stopped, and that we should more like encourage our local production, Nigerians are still doing that. Our friend, our brother, captured that in visual picture at 1:45 a.m. Like he said, the operation started as far as from 11 p.m. up till about 2 a.m. in the morning, talking about close to 4 hours of moving of these banned commodities. We want to call on the security agencies concerned to please protect the policy of the federal government. Make sure that there is control in this issue so that our economy can thrive and thrive for better. Yes, that is from Theophilus Akatuba reporting to us what you could say, sending us eyewitness report on what he saw there, and we verified it this morning and we confirmed that what he saw was real. It's happening every night, and with the connivance of the security agencies, particularly the officials of Nigerian Customs Service. So the government, those authorities must do something to check this if we must be said to be sincere in the fight against corruption. Yes, we must bring to you one of the issues that Security Watch has also looked into is how come that people who are being used to fight, who fight on the side of Boko Haram, and how come they fight with all their lives? We find that the Boko Haram elements or recruiting agents have used religion as a way of winking these people to believing that they are fighting for their religion, quote unquote. Security Watch Africa have a report on what is being done by the Nigerian army to counter this narrative.
Religion, described by many as the opium of the people, is used as a tool to capture the hearts and minds of people either positively or negatively. And these over the years have helped to shape the way a lot of people live their lives on a daily basis. The insurgency and terrorism in the northeast region of Nigeria has led to the killing of thousands of innocent persons. This act of destruction and killing were anchored on religion by masterminds of these heinous acts. The Nigerian Army, under the leadership of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Yusuf Buratai, reinvigorated an army unit to help in spiritual doctrine re-engineering. The Directorate of Islamic Affairs in the Nigerian Army, currently headed by Brigadier General S.D. Mustafa. This directorate was mandated by General Buratai to ensure that the wrong ideology sold to the people by the Boko Haram terrorist sect is corrected. Security Watch Africa, during the just concluded Nigerian Army Day celebration, NATSE 2018, visited the exhibition stand of the Directorate to find out how well they have achieved the mandate given to them by the Chief of Army Staff.
Islam is against extremism, which is a first step of religious terrorism. Well, Islam condemns extremism, doing things in excess. The jihad that they claim that they are fighting for jihad is a wrong impression. Jihad literally means to do things according to the instruction of God Almighty. And technically or Islamically is to practice the religion of Islam according to the instruction of the Holy Quran and as it is practiced by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, without deduction or addition. When we look at that's why the Director of Islamic Affairs came off with produce a pamphlet titled Towards Understanding the Concept of Jihad and its meaning in Islam. When we look at the teaching of Islam towards jihad, in Islam, first of all, there are so many areas that one can practice jihad. Jihad, as I was said earlier, is to do the right thing at the right time, or to try as possible best, to be the best of your capability, to implement God's instructions contained in the Holy Quran. For instance, first jihad, when we look at the first revelation revealed to Prophet Muhammad to mankind, is to read. This signifies that the religion of Islam is a religion of knowledge. It's not a religion of ignorance. In other words, you cannot practice religion of Islam without knowledge. If you say you do it, or you propagate the religion of Islam, or you champion the cause of Islam, or you want to practice the religion of Islam without knowledge, proper knowledge, you are going to do more harm to yourself, to the religion himself, and to the people you are with, to the community in general. And that's why we are witnessing what is happening. For instance, it is the belief of some Muslims, like those terrorists, and even those who are not Muslim. Jihad, whenever you pronounce this word, jihad, it will come to their mind that it's for a Muslim to carry arm and fight and kill somebody who is not a Muslim, or even a Muslim who is not sharing the same ideology with you. This is wrong interpretation, and this is wrong perceptions, and this is wrong. Jihad is to equip yourself and be well informed about the religion of Islam, do's and don't, as contained in the Quran and Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, how he practiced and preached the religion of Islam. And forcing people to embrace Islam or to practice Islam. For instance, now they are saying that everybody must be. No, there is categorical verse in the Holy Quran which says, La ikraha fi din. There is no compulsion in the religion of Islam. You cannot force people. You cannot force people. But compulsions and wickedness never be the ways or means of convincing people to embrace Islam. Islam has condemned using force, but through will and conviction. And they saying that Islam respect an individual, respect humanity. And that's why God Almighty Allah said in the Holy Quran, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ. You should not kill innocent soul unless through due process. Somebody due process, for instance, somebody commit murder, investigated beyond reasonable doubt. The constituted authority will carry out the proper investigation and pass out the judgment, not an individual.
Welcome back. We'll continue with the part 2 of this report on what really jihad is all about and what the Nigerian army under the leadership of General T.Y. Buratai is doing to change the narrative, because there are a lot of misinformation going all over about what should be done, or what when you hear the word jihad. But it's good that something is being done to change the narrative genuinely. So we don't have time. So next week we'll continue with it, the part 2 of that report, so you get to know more about what it's been done by the Nigerian Army. That quickly, last week we started up our focus on Enugu State Police Command. So much really is being done by that police command. We'll bring you the continuation, or maybe the concluding part of that report. Now sit back as we bring you the report from Enugu State.
That cultism in Nigeria has become an epidemic cannot be overemphasized, and concerted effort must be taken to protect lives and properties. The act of confraternity was seen some years ago as an issue only peculiar to those in higher institutions, especially in universities, polytechnics, and sometimes colleges of education. More worrisome today is the spread to secondary, primary schools, and involvement of artisans in this antisocial activity that has led many promising youth to stunted future and most times their early graves. The Enugu State Police Command, under the leadership of the Commissioner of Police, CP Damola Mohammed, has continued to clamp down on activities of cult groups in the state. This, he says, is as a result of assistance from members of the public who provide useful information to the command.
Cultism is one of the heinous crime coming up in this part of the country. And I equate it like it's as bad as abusing drugs, people who are taking hard drugs. And it's as bad as armed robbery, it's as bad as terrorism. Because the dangerous aspects taking place now, children in secondary school, and even private people, they are being involved in cases of cultism. You remember the other time there was publication in one of the dailies where we highlighted everything, the number of the school children we arrested and the number of weapons we recovered. But now, in order to checkmate the activities of cultism, we embark on raiding all of their hideout and their base, and directed the area commanders, DPOs, and the OC anti-cultism to go after any known cultists. Because if we didn't check it now, tomorrow it will grow big and it will be beyond the control of authority. And I don't want this type of thing to happen in my command. And so far, so good. We have succeeded in arresting many of them. And for now, I can say the situation is normal. An elderly person of above 100 years of age, children of 19, 20, went in his bedroom in the night and killed him for reason best known to them. But we thank God for the cooperation of the members of public who give us the intelligence which led to their arrest, and they confessed to the crime. They are now facing the music.
A confessed cultist, Abugu Onyeka, who killed a 105-year-old man, told Security Watch Africa his story. Are you a member of any cult?
Yes, Africa Youth Empowerment.
Okay.
One Mr. Jonas Abaji, a Pawine Tapa, now told me one day that it was Bonaventure that killed my father, and I was like, I don't know what to do. But when things still go harder, anything that I do, it's not going well for me. Anytime I try talking to my father, even in the grave, something shows me that he's very angry. Even sometimes, it makes me act like a mad person. Everything I do, every time, what I experience in my life is pain. This was all I have been enduring till I said I won't take this anymore, and I know I can't get Bona and if I went and tell him that, or I'll ask him such thing, he might come out to kill me because I'm not his mate in Enugu or even in Enugu State. So I said I have to do this so that it will be 1-1 as the revenge occurs. So that was why I did it.
The police command equally arrested Ugbonna Izuchukwu for killing his brother. Ugbonna confessed to his crimes.
As I go buy medicine, because my senior, they mad since 2007. So I buy the medicine, make I give am for Igbo medicine. The time I dey give am the medicine, he come hold me for hand. He hold me like that. I come push am, carry head, knock for wall. So I carry cutlass, knock am for head, come carry am go the place and mold block go bury am.
The court gang war between Black Ass and Vikings confraternity in Ugbo-Dogo around Kransikolu in Enugu State led to shooting and killing of rival members. After the face-off, the Black Ass group converged at Uji Sliding Hill to celebrate their victory and promote members who participated in the battle before they were intercepted by the police.
Welcome back. Time really is not our friend when you're on television because there are other programs that has to come on air. Time will not permit us to continue with our report this week, but by God's willing, next week we'll continue with it. And I want to tell you that Lagos State was doing so well. The Lagos State Police Command is doing massively so well in terms of security. So next week we're bringing you the concluding part of this Enugu report and what Lagos State Police Command led by CP Edgar Imohimi is doing to make sure that Lagos State is safe and so that we'll know how Nigerians are to live safely wherever they have found themselves. We must leave further programs to continue. Until we come your way again next week, I will say bye for now and remain blessed.